Call to order the August 7th, 2024 meeting of the Southwestern Regional EMS Council. Do we have a quorum?
We do.
Approval of minutes from the previous meeting. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstention? Good. Treasurer's report.
You have in front of you a copy of, at least you've been able to put together for me. Under new business, I'm going to ask that before we actually transfer the account to mine and Tim's name, that we actually do an audit. So, and we've talked about that a little bit in the past. And
He said he would do it.
what's it?
Ed said he would do it.
So,
After you asked me, I called him and he
Okay.
said he'd be happy.
yeah, so we're going to do an audit and
A review, right? Because
Yeah, it's not
it's
considered an audit, it's a review.
yeah, just a
don't call it an audit.
And I think at some point, we probably ought to either enshrine it in a policy or enshrine it in the bylaws when we change
We do.
officers, that we do a review each time. So
Anything else?
that's all I got.
All right.
You need a motion?
Enforcement. Oh, sorry.
To approve the treasurer report.
Oh, get a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
So moved.
So keep me on line.
Second. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay.
We did that.
Enforcement notification.
We had 11 of them.
Busy.
Sit back. None of them are from our region, so I'll just violating surrender effective 4/15/24, violating Part 816 A713 Nicholas Messina of Yonkers, New York. Suspended for 1 year effective 5/6/24. Suspension is stayed pending further violations for a period of 3 years. Civil penalty of $2,000. Of that, $1,000 shall be stayed pending no further violations during the period of probation for violating 816A1 Brent Alspach from Pine Bush, New York. EMT number 478335. I forgot to say the last one. Nicholas Messina's was 506368. This is a long one. Suspended for 3 years effective 5/15/24. Suspension is stayed pending a 3-year period of successful probation. Assessed a civil penalty of $4,000. Of that, $2,000 is stayed pending successful probation. Must complete ACLS and PALS at the direction of his medical director. Violating 816A2, 816A3. That is Cody Minig of Holland Patent, New York. EMT number 428807. That is different from Holland, New York. I did look that up. Revoked effective 5/16/24 for violating Part 816A5 Nicholas Shepard of Buffalo, New York. EMT number 437071. Revoked and annulled effective 5/21/24. Not allowed to seek any recertification, license, registration, or certificate from the department in the future for violating Part 816A5 Brent Paler of Geneva, New York. EMT number 498549. Surrendered effective 6/5/24 for violating Part 816A2, A3, A4, A9, and 15A1 and A3. Laura Mastrantuano of Greenville, New York. EMT number 194997.
Silence your phones.
Surrendered effective 7/2/24 for violating Part 803 AM. That is Gary Radizik. Don't ask you how you know. Okay. Oneida, New York. EMT number 273857. Revoked effective 7/3/24 for violating Part 816A1, 2, 3, 9, and 11. Benjamin D. Miller of Messina, New York, EMT number 307329. Surrendered effective 5/13/24 for violating 816A2 and 3. Kyoku Saito, East Northport, New York, EMT number 473647. Surrendered 7/15/24 for violating Part 803AL and violation of a previous stipulation of order. James Schofield, New Paltz, New York, EMT number 386652. And lastly, suspended for 1 year effective 8/2/24. Brian Torres of Spencerport, New York, EMT number 266687.
Thank you. Old business.
I guess I have something. The EMT Academy, really think that we need to get what STEMS has done. We have, this will be our third year, we've sent a 17-year-old to the program. One is taking the paramedic class in January. One's going to nursing school at JCC next year. And then we have a senior that we had for a whole other year as an EMT. And it's been very successful for us. We have put these kids on the road for a whole year. We're keeping them in the profession of healthcare. So,
Todd says we, what is it with fire? What did you tell us?
They're drinking out of a fire.
They're drinking out of fire. We do a lot in 5 weeks. But they're here all day. We changed it up a little. We started hands-on, I think on day 2. Actually, day 1, we did CPR. So they've been doing their skills and learning their skills. Mickey and Todd and Jared. The whole thing about it takes a village. I mean, we have been so fortunate to have everybody just pitch in, whether it's Jay coming over or, everybody has been so helpful. So I can't thank everybody enough. We got very fortunate. We had 2 student interns paid, but they did a great job. People taking on, we also do ER time along with the field time. So we thank the ER staff and, people that have done the field time. The students said that they were very welcomed at both places. I'm very thankful for everything that we get from everybody to do this program. Mickey rocks, according to kids.
I think it just shows them that there's 5 weeks of an immersion on what's available. I mean, as long as we can retain the community, we're not picking on where they work, as long as they're going to stay here. So,
well, I think they're not, that 5 weeks is so much, right? It's drinking on fire hose, but they're not doing something else that we've talked about recruitment retention wise, where we can keep their interest. These kids are doing this from morning to night for 5 weeks.
But you're right. We have kids that are in med school from our program, PA school, nursing school. What else?
That's, some that, like you said, Brooke's gonna go, I'm assuming you were talking about Brooke
so
is going to go on.
It might be our stepping into healthcare, that we kind of call it, but
Even if they don't stay in EMS, as long as, healthcare in general is.
And we're all healthcare.
Yeah.
Really, I think
I do think it's making a difference.
doing a great job. And I just think that, that there's a ton of work. The people that are doing it
Yes.
definitely need to be recognized.
These signs were all done by our students,
Mhm.
our
The
interns, or what did we call them?
Student program assistants.
Student program assistants. Thank you.
That's what I started as.
And actually, we accidentally had a couple extra made, and Jerry took them down for his new place. But if anybody's interested, we can make them available to you. But the students really say they appreciate those. We also took the patient assessment and the trauma, and they laminated them. And so as they were watching scenarios, they were marking the other student. And then
Grease pencil.
with the grease pencil. And then they'd be like, oh, she missed bleeding. That's a big one.
Why am I checking for bleeding?
Yeah, right.
It's like, because it's a critical fail. That's why.
That's why you're going to do it because I told you to. But I think all the little pieces that we've put in and grown out of this, it has been fantastic. So we appreciate everybody supporting us.
And they really like the trauma dance.
They do.
Would you kind of demonstrate?
I've never seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Catch him afterward.
That'd be a special viewing. Just the only other thing is the peer support we have done in Allegheny County through the sheriff's office was able to get some funding for it. I was happy to
I
see
think-
that.
I think they were part of the CARES Up program as well.
Yeah, the Trans Am got part of it. You know, every year we kind of look to where to spend money or what to do. Those programs are invaluable. You know, I think that they're expensive, right? I mean,
They are.
they cost a ton of money.
They cost a ton of money.
We utilize, in Allegheny County, they developed ACAPs, so Allegheny County Area Peer Support. And we probably utilize it a couple times a month. Not so much group support, but definitely single provider support, reaching out to the team. I think there's 18 of us on the team,
Mhm.
so it's
Can I ask a question? Is that like CISM or different?
it's the same, it's the international,
Okay.
it's the same program that you guys had here.
Okay.
And then, the idea in Allegheny County, the idea behind it was if it was a law enforcement issue, there'd be enough people on the team that it wouldn't be law enforcement trying to
I see.
help law enforcement. and vice
Okay.
versa. Dispatch fires,
Makes
give us
sense.
all the rules.
Okay. That's awesome.
And Alicia mentioned Allegheny County provided us with the LAPS program. They normally do it over 4 days. They did a very condensed version for us, but there was 4 of them that came. They brought their therapy dog. They talked about, you know, you gotta take care of yourself.
They
along with
blew
taking care of your
They
patient.
did both of them.
They had to build things together, build towers together, and they could see teamwork. So we're really appreciative of Allegheny County bringing that over to us. So you could share that at the next
Sure.
meeting.
New business. Dan?
I'd like to make a motion to accept Paul Hoover's resignation with regrets.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Dan?
I'd like to make a motion that we accept Dylan
Chamberlain. Chamberlain.
Chamberlain from Allegheny County to fill May Adelmeyer's position, which was a county position.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Dan?
For the review, did he charge the last time?
Yes. I,
I want to say it was around 1,000.
yeah, I honestly don't know. I'd have to, I didn't think it was that much.
But yeah, I would have to look, but
Um,
he might cut us a deal too. He likes.
Not to exceed $2,000,
huh?
if I make.
Oh, it's not gonna exceed $2,000. I would never let him charge us that much.
I wouldn't even. I would say less than $1,000.
I'm gonna try to get down under 500. So.
Okay. I'd like to make.
Yeah, I mean, there's
You guys
not
are
much to
A
review.
nonprofit only has 25,000. I believe me, I'll sell it.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we
That's fine.
spend up to $1,000 to have the books reviewed prior to changing the account over to the new treasurer and chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Any other new business other than Dan?
I did have a question. Who's gonna follow up with the Allegheny County Open spot?
Bonnie?
Okay. If you could just make sure we know so we can invite them next time, because I think it is nice to come to a
Yeah.
meeting before you get thrown into it or something you wanna do.
Yeah, I didn't invite Dylan.
No, I don't mean anything bad.
No.
Ryan.
Don't pick on her, Kevin. You're
This is nothing.
Next meeting will be October 2nd, 2024 at 6:30 PM. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
All right, all in favor? Very good.
Need to hold on.
No.